Good morning. Well, this is a bit different, isn't it? Good morning. Happy New Year to all of you. And so, yes, I am your new head teacher. Quite how that has happened, I do not know, but I am very, very excited about it. I'm very, very proud to have this job. Very, very proud to be leading Mounts Bay Academy for the last 6 months of your time here and for longer, obviously, for other years and so on. I want us all to work together to make Mounts Bay even better. I want you to leave here being really proud of your school. I know you're not proud of your school every single day at the moment. I guess last term I looked and I listened and so on, and there's bits we need to change. Those comments you saw on the board as you came on scrolling through as you came in, they were all very positive comments made by visitors to the school last term. We had someone called a school improvement lead. We had a school improvement partner. We had a group of professionals, head teachers actually, from schools throughout the country who came and looked at us, and they looked at me, obviously, and they looked at you, and they looked at your work, and they made those brilliant, brilliant positive comments. I don't know if you caught those that were kind of scrolling through on the board as you came in. The next slide here is what I think Mounts Bay is about. Mounts Bay is not any old school. It's not any old school at all. It offers so much. My daughter's here. I'm very proud to be a Mounts Bay parent as well. It offers you so much, and he gets many things right. Not everything. We're going to talk a little bit about things we need to tweak, but so many things here we get right. We had a staff meeting last Thursday. You enjoyed your last day of holiday. We were all in here working hard, and we agreed that this is kind of the vision for Mounts Bay Academy. The 3 E's we believe in. We believe in excellence. We do believe in equity. We don't always get it right, but we do believe in it. We do aspire to it. We believe in evolution. We believe in the 3 R's, the respect, the responsibility, the relationships. You're going to hear a little bit more about that this morning and so on. And it's not just me saying this. Hang on, let me just put all these up here. Then I can't do 2 things at once, sorry. Happy and healthy. That's so important to me and to so many of the teaching staff around the edge of the room here. You've got to be happy. You've got to be healthy. We will strive to do our utmost to make that happen. You also need to get good exam results. And for that to happen, you need to do some serious work. So that's the kind of the balanced message that we're trying to put forward this morning. Those people who came to the school, this is what they saw. They saw that Mounts Bay had a strong vision. They knew of our reputation. We're known throughout the world. We have schools in Argentina. I was on the email over the weekend, a school in Denmark talking to us, wanting to send students here. What you do is really, really quite good, actually. Okay? We have a reputation nationally. We obviously have a reputation locally. Do you know there's a waiting list in year 8, not in 7, yes in 8, yes in 9, yes in 10 at the moment. There's a waiting list for students who want to come to Mounts Bay, but we have to say no because they're full. I think you've got 2 spaces. Whitmisville, 198? 198. There are 2 spaces in your year groups. We've got 2 empty seats at the front here. Yeah. But other than that, what you do is quite good. People want to be here. I totally get you don't some of the time, and that's called being part of year 11 and us raising the bar a little bit. But as a general rule, people want to be here. This is a good school. We have some schools are not completely staffed. I've got friends up the line, up the country there, and they put an advert out for teachers, and they get no applicants. We don't have that here. Staff, all these people around the side, yeah, of course we have our off days. We actually want to be here. I am very, very proud to be leading this school. It's a good school. Students and staff want to come here. Our pastoral care is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. The way in which the student provision team and your tutors look after you is much, much, much looked up to by other schools in the area. The way in which we had an Ofsted report, we had an Ofsted inspection in 2021. The response, and they said in that report that our RSE, Relationship Sex Education, wasn't good enough. The response that we've done to that has been recognised as being really, really outstanding. The RSE that you're getting and your colleagues lower down the school is really, really top quality and so on. All these things here you won't see in other schools. First aid, the eco work, the Dare to Care group, the Interact group, the record label, the participation in sport. All those things you will not see to such a high level and to such quality at another school. It's something we can kind of be proud of here. However, there's bits we need to change. We are, as a member of staff, we are going to look at our teaching. There's bits we can tweak in our teaching. I wonder if we've made it very complicated, maybe not as accessible as it should be. We are looking at what we're doing, and that was what last Thursday was about. We're going to make some changes in the way in which we teach and so on. However, you've got to come with us here. Sometimes when we go around and look at in lessons, students, as a general rule, are too passive. We want you to be involved with your learning. I get the fact you're well behaved, you sit there, you don't make any noise. That's great, that's great. But is that really exciting learning? You sitting there listening to a teacher banging on about something? We are trying to make it so you are involved with the learning. We're going to talk to you. We're going to expect you to talk back. You're accountable for your learning. We don't want you just sitting there, kind of taking it all on board. You're not being naughty, but we just want you more involved because we think you'll learn more and your results will be better. That is what we believe. In terms of behaviour, I think we spent an awful lot of time saying what we're going to do. I'm not sure we always do it. So we're not changing much, and you'll see that in the next few slides, in the next 7 minutes, okay? You'll see we're not changing anything. We're just doing what we say we are going to do. We need as well to change it slightly around the school. Break times, lunch times, it's just a little bit frenetic at times. These odd noises, people running in the corridor, people pushing and so on. We just need to chill a bit, okay? We're not talking silent corridors, anything like that. You're young people, you got loads, excuse me, sir. You young people, you got loads to talk about. I get that, that's fantastic. But I think you need to do it in a calm manner. So let's talk about behaviour. That's what we're doing this morning. The 3-stage process has not changed. The most important thing is the conversation, okay? When you get something a little bit wrong, that's okay, because we all make mistakes at some point. You have a conversation with the person. It might be a piece of homework not done. It might be arriving a little bit late. It might be not having your uniform quite right. Maybe you've just been unkind to someone. Perhaps you've stopped other people from learning, maybe. We all make mistakes. We have a system now in place. In the next 7 minutes, you will know exactly what will happen if you make one of those mistakes. All right? We want to be so clear about that. There will also, you know that we've got a new system, Arbor. Now, previously, it used to go conversation, sanction, put the points in Sims or Edulink. That's not the case anymore. Now, Arbor controls everything. So if, for instance, you're a little bit late here, these fellas just popping in there, not today, okay, from next Monday, that would generate a point. I stick a point in Arbor, and that would generate the detention. Everything's much more, it's an automated workflow. So something happens, you bang it in Arbor, therefore this happens. So it's not personal. We're worried that some of you thought we had favourites and people were getting treated differently. But under this new system, it's a machine. It's a total machine. So if you're a little bit late, bang, where's the button? A little bit late, you press a little bit late button, bang, the sanction is sorted out. It all gets recorded and sent home and everything. So Arbor is much more kind of clinical, if you like. It's less subjective. It's object. You know exactly what is going to happen. Okay? So that change in order is really important. Conversation is important, the most important thing. Okay? Recording the instant in Arbor is what we will do. You'll be able to read it on your Arbor. You'll talk loads this week about your Arbor app on your iPads. There's a parental app as well your parents can get, and that will, the automated workflow will produce the sanction. In order for you, the pressure is not just on you to behave, we need to get it right as well, okay? So all the adults in the room, the members of staff here, we will be polite, okay? No matter how much you wind us up, and I'm sure we wind you up as well, if we wind you up and you give us a mouthful, understandably we have a go, don't we? We will do the same. We will be polite to you. We might say things you don't like us saying, and we might try and hold you to account on things that are a little bit uncomfortable, but we will be polite. And if we're not polite, you're exactly right to call us out on that. We should be polite. We are adults. We will try and be consistent. We will not have favourites. That's really important, okay? Really important. We will follow the policy. We're not going to go out on our own and just do something because it's this person. We're trying to treat you all the same. We'll try and model what good behaviour looks like. Yeah, so if we're asking you not to kick off and be stroppy, we won't kick off and be stroppy. We'll try. We're only humans. We get it wrong sometimes. That is what we will try to do. There is a book actually written by Paul Dix, and he says when the adults change, the students change. So it's all about behaviour and so on. The 3 R's, of course, remain central to everything. They're not going anywhere. They're not going. They came from Mrs. Davey to Mr. Hall to me to all of us. The 3 R's, so important, and that's what are there. Shall we talk specifically about behaviour now? In lessons, you're doing well to stay with me. I know it's a cold morning in January and it's Monday. This is what you need to be doing. Quite small, but I'm going to tell you. You need to be offering answers in lessons. Please offer, and there'll be times when you need to be silent, like you're doing now really well, and listening to the member of staff. There'll be times when you need to take over the learning and you need to do the talking. We are encouraging you to do that. We want you engaging with every task. We want you trying hard. We want you talking about learning during lessons. These visitors said they came around the school and they spoke to you at break time and they said, you're just absolutely amazing. You've got loads to say, really interesting stuff, some quite controversial views, etc. They loved talking to you, but they said when we went into lessons, as a general rule, you all kind of stopped talking. And that worried them a little bit. So they wanted that excitement, that passion that we see from you at break time and lunchtime when you talk to your mates and so on. They want to see that in lessons a little bit of passion for learning, because your grades will go up. The more you talk about it, the more engaged you are with it, the closer you are to that level 7, to that level 8, to that level 9. They are important. Technology. iPads are fantastic, absolutely fantastic, but there's a time when they're not needed. So if you're hearing the thing, eyes on me, or you're hearing put your screens down, or you might see the teacher, a little flick of their hand, something like that, that's the time your iPad needs to go off. not on football, not hiding a mobile phone behind it, not messing around, zooming it, pinching in and pinching out and all that nonsense. There's times when your focus just needs to be on the member of staff in front. Don't let the iPads get in the way. They're absolutely brilliant and they open up a whole world of learning to you, but there are times when they're a little bit in the way and we just need to spot those times and make sure they don't happen. Presentation in books is important. Homework, really, really important. Please do your homework. Just do your homework. Sometimes it'll be hard work, sometimes it'll be a pleasure. That reinforces the learning that happens at school. If homework is not done, again, follow it through with Arbor, bang, Arbor point goes in, bang, sanction set. All right, homework is important. Please arrive on time. We'll talk about punctuality in a minute. There'll be a do now activity. The seating plan is set up by the teacher, not by yourselves. That's the law, okay? The teacher, Mr. Osborne, Mr. Hackroft, Mr. Laney, whoever your member of staff is, they will do your seating plan. That is where you sit. None of it's not a negotiable thing that's going on. Around the school here, I'm asking you to be kind. Please be kind. There is nothing more important. You can't say no when a member of staff asks you to do something. Then you just need to get on with it. We haven't got time for these arguments. You need to get your heads down. We need to get you a decent set of exam results before we get there. Please don't run. Please don't push. These are all very obvious things. Please don't make odd noises. People in this year group, I know, making very strange noises. Not funny, just weird. And just adds to this air of chaos. Again, odd noises, behaviour point, sanction. It's all automated now. It's all automatic, all automatic. Toilets, please. No multiple cubicle occupancy. The other big change here, water bottles, not in lesson time, please. No one is going out of lessons now to fill up water bottles. It's not hot at the moment. I did check the CCTV because I know exactly what you'll say here. I promise you there are no queues at water machines at break times and lunch times last term. I checked the CCTV for 2 days and I stood staring at that big screen at lunch times and break times. There were no queues at the water bottle machine. Right, so no water bottles during lessons, please. Let's talk uniform. Blazers to arrive, looking fantastic. One exception, looking really, really good here when you're in assembly, when you're in lessons. Take them off in lessons, that's fine. Just talk to the teacher, that's absolutely fine. If you're cold, it's really cold at the moment, wear a plain black jumper underneath. That's totally cool and okay. School shirt, tie, jumper, blazer, coat when you're outside. When you come in, take your coat off. You can't wear a coat instead of a blazer. If you're cold, wear a plain black jumper underneath your blazer. It's all on there. It's really simple. Again, if it were, I think this one we wouldn't give a point straight away. We'd give it. I'm not going to point today. That's not fair. But we would give it if it keeps happening and it's the same people. Certain ladies in here, I think we have conversations about coats too many times. I think we forget those conversations. Once we've done it once or twice, you then just go straight forward. Point, arbor, point, sanction. It's all set. All right. It's all in there. Coats off inside the building. Nails we've spoken about. Hair, it's dark socks, please. PE and dance kit. I think we had a conversation with the PE team and the dance team about that, and you know what's happening there. You need to turn up to school each morning in uniform. Even if you've got PE period 1, you come in your school uniform, you go to tutor time or to crew, and then you get changed at the beginning of period 1. Okay? Truancy. I'm rushing through, but you will get these, I promise. They've gone to all your tutors already, and you can look through them again here. If you are, you all right, fellas? Yeah. Truancy, not in a lesson when you should be. That's what truancy is. I don't care if it's toilet, water bottle, whatever it is. Go and see a member of staff. 2 people walking to reception to take a piece of paper. Don't get that one either. You just need to be in lessons. You're year 11. You've got these massive exams coming up, results that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Going to fill your water bottle up, just not happening. Just get into lessons, please. If you're not in lesson, it's a simple system. Arbor point, sanction. All right? It's really, really, really straightforward. Lateness is the same thing here. We sort of hung back a little bit on lateness last term. We stopped these Friday night things and things like that. Again, because we knew Arbor was coming. Arbor is so simple. Teacher takes the register within 2 minutes. If you're not there, bang, L. L triggers this, which triggers a sanction for being late, and it records the number of minutes on it. It's quite clever, this new system. So lateness to sessions, I'm afraid that's going to end up with a sanction as well. You'll see what this will do in a minute. Hang on. Why are we doing it? Why are we doing this? Because, bless you, we just want you to get on with the kind of the learning stuff, really. That's why we're doing it. I think last term we spent an awful lot of time going backwards and forwards about behaviour things and having conversation about uniform, etc., etc. Arbor is much clearer, it's much cleaner, it's much slicker. We spend less time having those conversations because things just kind of happen. And therefore your talking and your behaviour and all your excitement can be to do with being with your mates and getting some work done and getting prepped for these GCSEs. Okay? That is the thinking behind it and so on. Sanctions. I've spoken a lot about sanctions, haven't I? Okay? In the classroom, we're going to use reflect, relocate, remove. Reflect. If something's going wrong, we might just ask you to think about it. No sanction, no points. Relocate. Perhaps maybe that's not quite worked. We might relocate you in the classroom, sit you at a different table. No points, no arbor, no sanction, nothing, just you get that right. If you're still stopping people learning by disrupting, that's not on, is it? That's not on. You've got 28 people in that class who've got a GCSE coming up. It's not right that people messing around take away learning time from those people. So at that stage, we'd go for a remove. We've done reflect, we've done relocate, we'll do a remove. A remove is where you're put into another classroom, maybe the classroom next door, maybe a classroom in another year group, doesn't matter where it is, you're taken out of that classroom. That one does have an arbor point with it, and a break or a lunchtime detention, okay? If you keep forgetting pens, once or twice forget your pen, fair enough, everyone does that, we've all done that. I've got one today, I'm all right, okay? But so on occasion, we all forget things. That's totally human, that's okay. If you repeatedly don't have your iPad, don't have a pen, don't have your exercise book, that again will get you an arbor point. Arbor point means sanction, all right? They keep uniform fault, you can read all those yourselves actually. Here's one here. So I keep talking about points, and we spoke about points last time. This bit is new. Is my thing going to work? Yeah, it is. This bit here is a really, really new bit. If you get 5 points over the course of 2 weeks, 10 school days, that will get you a detention. Because previously points didn't mean anything. You gave you a point for an untucked shirt. Yeah, so what? Don't care. Okay? Now those points mean something. So 5 untucked shirts over 2 weeks means you've lost a break time or a lunchtime. All right? So that's a little bit of a change, isn't it? There is actually a cumulative issue with getting these points, these behaviour points. Yes, they go home. Yes, your parents probably give you a bit of grief, something like that. But actually, if you get 5 over 10 days, there is going to be a sanction attached to that. However, do you want to take that one on board? We didn't think they were having the effect of changing your behaviour. And actually, I think they were inconveniencing your parents and your carers more than they were you. So for January, at least, we are not doing any compulsory after-school detentions. We just don't think it changes your behaviour. We just think it annoys your parents. And we don't think that we found that people who are in after-school were in there every single night, which therefore suggests it's not changing the behaviour. We think by taking away your break times and your lunch times, because you're basically very sociable creatures and you want to talk to your mates, if we take that away, that will be a more... Do you mind? That will be a more effective sanction than an after-school one as well. So that's a big, big change there. So I want to be really clear. There should be no surprises. I want everything there. Break time detentions last for 10 minutes. You don't get your food first. You don't get your food first. You go up to P. There are 2 now. There's a Key Stage 3 and a Key Stage 4. You'll be told in an email from Arbor. It's all automatic, not from a teacher. You'll be told by Arbor, you've got detention on such and such a day, in room, whatever. It'll give you a room number. You need to get there fairly sharpish, and you only serve 10 minutes, and then it's done. If you're late, you won't be allowed in, and we'll talk about no-shows in a minute, okay? The lunchtime ones are 15 minutes, and again, you need to be there by 10 past 1. If you go and get your lunch first, they won't let you in, all right? So you have to be at your detention within 5 minutes of the session starting, otherwise you ain't going to get in there. Because if you don't come in, so say you don't turn up to a break time, or you arrive late, then a member of staff on call will come and collect you, and I'm afraid you've got a good old session in isolation coming up there. So we know this will be different. We have made our isolation room bigger. We have taken on an extra member of staff. I think for a few weeks, while we all get used to this system, we're going to see more people in isolation, aren't we? Okay, that number will as you get used to it, it'll die. Fundamentally, 95% of the people in here, I'm not even talking to you, yes, because you get it right all the time, and it's absolutely fine. It's just those students who are pushing at the edges, okay, that we just need to know exactly where we are, okay? If the period in the reset room is not completed successfully, then we go to suspension, we go to whatever. I can't see that happening, because I think you're all decent people and you'll buy into it. You just need to be told that it's changing. That's really, really important. Okay? So, break time, lunchtime detentions, no after schools. If you don't show at a break or a lunch, you're going straight into isolation, where you're going to stay there for a period of up to 24 hours. School hours, obviously. Okay? Not overnight. We're not that harsh. I think some bits on detentions here. We spoke about those times. We also, I'm not going to, just listen. I'm not going to read this out to you here. That's a letter. All of this is bit. You'll notice Mr. Williams is recording this, so copies of all this is going home to your parents, so that everybody gets the same message. We're doing this assembly for 11 today, 10 tomorrow, 9 on Wednesday, whatever. Mr. Williams is recording it, so it goes home to all your parents and carers. Hello, parents and carers. And then everybody's receiving the same message. Then there's no surprise, there's no favourites, there's no interpretation on it. Okay? That is the closing paragraph, which is about why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to make Mount Spey even better. I started at the beginning by telling you how good it was. Okay? Thank you for listening. You have stuck with me at 9:03. I really appreciate that. If there are no staff notices, thank you very much. You want to dismiss from the back?